a little bit summary for this chapter, which is the matrices. There are, I can say, mainly two big parts. The first part is finding inverse. The second part will be solving linear equation. Basically part 1 and part 2. Let's just call them section 1, section 2. Okay, the other day we have learned about finding inverse. Oopsie. We have learned how to solve it, right? Finding inverse by using what method? They call adjoint method. Do you remember how many parts was it? Firstly, find determinant, and then minor, cofactor, then either you transpose that, you find adjoint, and then you combine them, right? Yep. You combine between determinant and this thing. You plus these two, then you got yourself adjoint. You got inverse. Okay, what you have learned the other day is just one way on how to find adjoint. There are two more ways on how to find them. By properties, and the other one is, the official name is elementary row operation, which sometimes, most of the time, we will just abbreviate it by ERO. When people say ERO, it means this. Okay? How are we going to find inverse is based on the question. So if the question gives you some clues, let's say the question says, find the determinant of matrices A. So that means you need to use adjoint. If the question gives you something like this, I'll show you. One moment here. Question show you like A, B, 6I. And then suddenly deduce A inverse. You should not use adjoint method. You must use properties method. The question suddenly give you something like this. A squared, MA, and I. And then deduce A cubed and suddenly A inverse. They give you an equation. So that means you need to use properties. They give you something like this. AB 9I. And then finally solve the equation. You need to use properties. I'll teach you how. And this is some fun question for us to try as well. What about ERO? ERO is the one that going to take the most time, and the chances of careless mistake is very, very, very high. Going to take you maybe around 30 minutes to solve it, and it never come out in exams. Yay! Except for 3 years ago. Except for 3 years ago. So I can assume a lot of people they mess up their exams on that case. So we will be learning ERO. I explain briefly and the rest is up to you. Okay, by using these three methods, you got yourself your inverse. And sometimes you will be given a question on how to solve the linear equation. They give you x, y, and z. You need to either solve this thing either by using multiply inverse Or you might need to use Gauss-Jordan elimination. And which I explained briefly over here. No need inverse. I'll say it's how do you say that? It's a big brother of this guy. So it's annoying as well. Okay, so for this topic, this is what we're going to learn. On the last class, I have taught you of this one. So today I'm going to teach you this. I'm going to teach you slightly this. I'll teach you how to solve it by multiply inverse. And I'll teach you how to solve by Gauss-Jordan. Okay, this is what we're going to learn today. Ready? Here we go. Are you ready? Yes. Woo! Okay, let's go. Okay, so let's start by learning this topic. Avengers, assemble!